I've been feeling good, just like throughout camp. Finally, like not having to deal with injuries and just working every day, just working on specific things. So I feel like going into the season is going to be really good.
Well, some people might look at the running back room and think they're not as deep as some of the other rooms on the team. How do you feel about the depth in that room?
I feel as though we got some guys that can play. Like we have a lot of guys that can play. We're not too worried about the depth because we know we got a bunch of guys that are ready to go and prepared.
What kind of impact do you think you can make on this offense?
I really don't know specifically. I'm just waiting on my opportunity. I know but I do know I can make a play at any given time. I know I can make a play out the backfield. I know I can make an explosive at any given time. But I'm just waiting for my opportunity whenever that does come.
Do you feel like it helps that you've had some more familiarity with this offense going into this season? And how much do you think you've grown from this offense over the last 12 months, you say?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely from last year, just understanding like the concepts a lot more, just allowing me to understand like everything that's going on around me, understanding the blocking schemes up front. It allows me to play faster and more calm, more confident.
How have you seen the O-line come together and just open up holes for you guys, you running backs?
I feel as though like it's the same thing, kind of like last year. Just understanding like the schemes more. I think we have a lot more guys that understand what's going on because last year was our first year in the new offense, so just getting accustomed to it. But I think this year, I think our bonds outside of the field helps us on the field, and then our guys are just coming together. We have a lot of leaders in the line room, so we've been doing good.
How do you compare your game and Dez's game? How do you feel like you guys complement each other?
I think we both have that explosive aspect to the game, and I think we both bring some speed to the game. I feel as though we're pretty similar in ways. It's just that we just have a size difference. That's really pretty much it. But we're both strong, we're fast, elusive. We can make a play at any given time. So I feel as though our games are pretty similar.
What are the things you've learned from him?
Pretty much in the offense, just play fast, play confident. You know what I mean? Don't think about making a mistake. He's always just telling me, just play fast. If I make a mistake, he's like, just short memory. Don't worry about that. You know what I mean? Next play. And I just pick up things from him that he doesn't even know. Like, just from watching film on my own, I might pick up something I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I like what he's doing there. Or something we're watching in the room, I'm like, okay, I like what he did there. Or he set up a block here. I might take it from his game. Or I ask him sometimes, like, oh, when you do this, like, how can I do this better or whatever. Just being a young guy, just being a student of the game, just kind of learning from a guy that has experience and who has had success at this level.
Jez is a captain this year. He self-described himself as more of a lead-by-example guy, not going to be the loudest dude in the room, but just what have you noticed about him just from a leadership perspective?
Yeah, like he said, he's soft-spoken. Like, he doesn't talk a lot, but, like, when he talks, it's meaningful because it's coming from somebody who doesn't do anything but work and want to see everybody around him just be great and do, like, good stuff around him, like, from the first guy in the room to all the way down to our walk-ons, any guy in the room, freshmen that are injured, out, whatever. He's working with us. He's helping us with everything. So, I mean, he's a good leader, and he leads by example just with the work. He's an All-American, but he works, like, real hard, and he does everything. He leads our room, for example, like, anything, any team period, he pops it off, and he just sets the standard for us all to want to go ball, you know.
I'm sorry, how do you feel about your ability to pass protect?
I think it's grown a lot more, definitely with like putting on size. I gained 12 pounds in the offseason, so I feel as though that was a big help. Just helping me stay more physical, and then also staying in the weight room in the offseason, just getting stronger. So that's been a big help. So I've been good in the pass protection.
What made you decide to change your number?
8 was my original number in Little League. I looked up to my oldest brother. You know, he was my biggest inspiration just growing up. He was like the hardest worker that I didn't seen. And in high school, he lost his sophomore and his junior year, you know what I mean, to 2 ACL tears back to back. And I seen him like just have to relearn to walk, relearn to run around again. And that was just something that I seen him get over. You know what I mean? That adversity, it was just a drive that got over for him. And I always looked up to him. And then just getting back to my roots now is just in college, just everything that I had dreamed of, just carrying on his legacy and representing for the name on the front and on the back.
Anything else? Juelz,
of course.
Appreciate what Kay was saying. You guys, as the line ever kind of come around the end and there's Dez there and realize that, man, this dude can block, or we had experiences with that?
Yeah, Dez, he's good in the pass pro. People might not think that because of his size, but no, he's aggressive in there, and yeah, he hits pretty hard too. So, yeah, that's all true what he was saying.
What do you think of men's tackles position? They can't get a ton of sacks, but why is this group being ready to not just create pressure but finish those pressures off?
I think we're a great mix of size and speed. I think all of us have the tools to be able to do it, and we've just been proving it every day, getting better every day. And yeah, I expect us to cause havoc this year.
Sean, how deep do you feel like your room is in terms of just the number of guys you feel like can come into a game behind you and just not have a drop off in play?
Oh, I think we're deep all over on the D line. Tackles and ends. You got me, Francis, Nick, Ghost, and Brad. And then at the end, you got guys Jimmy, Blaine, J-Mo, Joey, Zach Crothers, Mav. We got guys all over. I think, we're all capable and ready to go.
What did they do last year? But you're all together for a second year together. How much does it help just having that familiarity and consistency with those guys going into 2025?
Oh, it's great. Last year was almost like all of our first experiences actually playing. So having that whole year under our belt, the spring, summer, fall camp, I'm excited for what we can do this year.
How much have you guys, have you seen the level rise because of the competition amongst your group?
Oh, for sure. Everybody's, there's only 4 starters on the D line. We got guys that can start anywhere, so it's battles for them positions. And yeah, I think that's made us all better, just competing every day.
Any impressions early on about Duquesne's 5 offensive linemen? I think that's a pretty veteran group, a lot of returning guys up front for them. How they looked in the film room?
Yeah, they've looked pretty good. Yeah, like you said, they're all returners, all older guys. So we expect a battle this weekend.
This is a game that you guys can play anyone in the FCS, but you get a chance to play a team that's 2 miles down the road from you guys, but also has almost 40 Whippeal guys. With you being someone from the Whippeal, what does this game sort of mean to you to go up against a lot of those guys?
Yeah, no, I think it's cool. I don't know when the last time Pitt and Duquesne played, but it's like the Battle of the Burg almost. So I think it's pretty cool, to go up against the Whippeal guys, a lot of local guys, and it's, right in Pittsburgh too. So.
Do you talk to anybody over there? You know anybody over there at Duquesne?
Off the top of my head, I don't know. Personally, I don't really know anyone over there, but I know they have lots of Whippeal guys, like you said. So it'll be cool on Saturday.
I feel like the tackles are pretty interchangeable. With you guys, can you pretty much line up any pair of you guys out there?
Oh, for sure. Me, like I said before, me, Francis, Nick, Ghost, and Brad, I think we're all guys. So, we rotate. Everyone knows that. And I think, there'll be no drop-off at all.
Do you think the offensive line has progressed from last year to this year? Have you seen them grow?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, all the guys that come back from last year have gotten better over the years, and then the transfers we brought in too. Percy and Keith have been great additions. And yeah, I think everybody's just gotten better and continue to get better. We compete out there every day, fall camp. I think we're going to be special this year.
So what's the talk in the room about how good the defense can be? Like, do you guys, it's something you openly talk about what you guys might be able to do this year?
Oh, yeah, we expect greatness out of us, a lot of returners and stuff like that. And then we got young guys that can step up and play anytime at any moment. So I think, we'll have a great year on defense.
Thank you,
Thank you, guys.